you seen Star Wars?
Today is May the 4th, and I really thought a good idea for a video today on this very special Star Wars day is to talk about kind of Star Wars history, but also like good times of being a Star Wars fan. I know we look back at last year's May 4th, 2021, kind of with some remorse of being like, that was kind of boring, that sucked. But then you look at 2022, and we had the Clone Wars Season 7 finale, the very last episode, that last scene of Vader igniting Ahsoka's lightsaber. I mean, that was a very emotional and powerful moment in the entire Star Wars fandom, in my opinion, and I think that means that you look at something like that, and that's a significant day of May 4th, but also it marked a significant year for Star Wars, because over the past 10 years, Star Wars content has changed. We've gotten more of it, and pretty much double or triple what we were used to when Lucas owned the franchise under Disney now, and I think it's important to look back and kind of reflect on what could be some of the greatest years in Star Wars history. I mean, even if you dislike the sequels, and I put myself in that category, 2015, 2016, I look back on those years with a lot of fond memories and nostalgia. I mean, I know people don't like The Force Awakens that much, and even Rogue One I'm not the biggest fan of or advocate of, but looking back at like when those two movies released, the feeling that the Star Wars community had, the passion, the excitement for this bright future that we knew we were on the cusp of, and I think that we can now look back on that. So do me a favor and leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more Star Wars content, and comment below what you think the greatest Star Wars year is in recent memory. For me, I think one of the best, I will say, is 2019, and the reason I say that, because it was very weird. It was the ending of the Skywalker saga, and that was at the very end of the year, December, and right around that same time, we got the new Jedi Fallen Order game. It first released in, I think, November, and that was around the same time The Mandalorian released. And all of that, I think, was the perfect combination. I mean, a really good time to be a fan, and it was good quality stuff. I really liked Fallen Order. I really enjoyed The Mandalorian. I think it's the greatest Star Wars content that we've had. But in terms of movies, I wasn't a fan of The Rise of Skywalker, and that year was fun. It was good. There was a lot to look forward to, but mostly because of what was going to happen next. Unfortunately, a lot of people didn't like Rise of Skywalker. Mandalorian Season 1 was amazing, and Jedi Fallen Order still stands the test of time. It's only been 3 or 4 years, and we still really love that game. But let's go before that, because I don't think that's the best year in Star Wars history. Could you look at a year like 1997, with the special editions releasing, and the promise of prequels coming out later, and just knowing that Star Wars is kind of coming back. You could say that, because it was definitely the dawn of a new era of Star Wars, specifically 1999, 2 years later, with The Phantom Menace. What a time to be a Star Wars fan. I mean, Star Wars could literally do no wrong. You were so excited for this movie to come out. And you have the years following. Some people might even look back at like 2005, release of Battlefront 2, the original, Revenge of the Sith, the ending of the Skywalker saga that we knew at the time. I mean, it was the complete saga, and the saga is complete, is what it would say on the DVD. This was the end of Star Wars at the time, and there was still the promise of more things to come down the line, but the video games and the idea of a new live-action show and an animated show, these were pretty promising things. I mean, 2005, I was a little too young to vividly remember everything that happened that year, but I remember seeing Revenge of the Sith. I remember being excited for more Star Wars content, even though in my heart of hearts I knew that after Episode 3 we weren't really going to get another Star Wars movie, if not for another 20-odd years, and it was only 10 years later, but still, even it being 10 years later, 2015 was very different than 2005, because we had The Force Awakens, the saga is back, this is the return of Star Wars, and we had a lot of these books that came out in that time, what do they call it, Journey to the Force Awakens. I mean, the excitement that fans had for Star Wars at that time, I think, was insurmountable. I mean, I really miss that kind of positivity in the Star Wars fandom. It felt like Star Wars could do no wrong. You remember the Chewbacca lady? She had a mask, and she like wore it in her car and laughed at it, and then became like a instant hit. Like, she became viral overnight because of something so small like that, and that's how big Star Wars was at the time. I remember, I think it was like Jimmy Kimmel or Jimmy Fallon, one of the Tonight Show host guys, at the end of one of their episodes, they had like all the cast members of Star Wars for The Force Awakens sing it. I mean, it was really fun being a Star Wars fan in 2015. Even 2016, I think 2016 is a little bit more significant, because after Episode 7, we all were theorizing on what's going to happen next, and you had the Rogue One come out in December, and everyone loved Rogue One. It was so fun. It was like, okay, no, like, this last movie was good, but this movie, Rogue One, also being good, that means Star Wars is on a good track. And we were also excited for episode 8, and we were theorizing about it nonstop and what could happen in that. Who is Snoke? What's going to happen with Luke? Who does Rey? Who does, like, who's her lineage? Like, who's her parents? I mean, there were so many things that we really wanted to see in Star Wars, and we were really excited about. And I think, for me at least, like, looking at years like 2017, 2018, those are the years that, like, everything just kind of switched around and turned around. So I can't look back on those and say those are the best years for Star Wars, because 2017 had the Battlefront 2 debacle and it had The Last Jedi. I think Rebels either ended that year or the year before in 2016, and it ended on a pretty solid footing, but I personally wasn't a huge fan of it. I think looking back, one of the best years for Star Wars is going to be 2015 or 2016, but also 2019. I think that kind of shows a bit of a turnaround for things, where you have something like Jedi Fallen Order, which, you know, gives inspiration to the fandom about, oh, well, there's actually good Star Wars video games out there that aren't cash grabs. And you had The Mandalorian, which showed, okay, Star Wars can be good outside of the movies, and it can be really good outside of the movies and even more impactful. 2020 was good, 2020, 2022 is happening right now, and this actually might be one of the best years for Star Wars. At the moment, it doesn't feel like it. It is May the 4th, and my passion for Star Wars is not as strong as it was a couple years ago, and I hate saying that, but with Kenobi coming out later this month, with Andor coming out this year, Bad Batch Season 2, Star Wars Visions Season 2, am I missing something? Mandalorian Season 3, and there's so much content to come out, and Star Wars Celebration is at the end of this month. I really feel like we're about to enter this new era of Star Wars. This year, this month, I mean, not far away. I really feel like Star Wars Celebration, they're going to come out, and maybe it's only the hardcore fans who are going to react to this, but they're going to come out with so much stuff to say, you know, the next 2 to 3, maybe even 5 years of Star Wars is just going to be non-stop content, and hopefully quality content, but they're going to try their best to reinvigorate the fandom, get everyone excited, get everyone enthusiastic about Star Wars and the next movie, because there's no excitement for the next movie. There's no real excitement for 2023 in Star Wars. There's excitement for this year, and 2022 could be a very good year for Star Wars. All the shows don't even have to really be 10 out of 10s. They can be as low as a 5 out of 10, as long as the rest of them are 8 or 9 out of 10s, or in a 10 out of 10, hopefully, would be an amazing thing to have this year. So I just think 2022 could be a great year for Star Wars, but I am curious on what you think is the best year for Star Wars in recent memory. When you look back, what gave you the most fondest memories? When were you happiest with the Star Wars content? Was it 2015 when we were all just excited for the new stuff? We were all speculating what was going to happen. It felt like Star Wars was everywhere again, and everyone was talking about it. Everyone was excited. Was it 2016 where we were all reacting to The Force Awakens, excited for Rogue One, and theorizing what was going to happen in Episode 8? Or maybe you fucking love 2017. I don't think anyone's going to say 2018, because, that was just a dark, dark year for Star Wars. I mean, 2018 was awful, but looking back, man, we have some good years. Over the past 10 years specifically, I can count three that really, I think, hit the mark, which is 2015, 2016, 2019, and maybe 2020 or 2021. Those can kind of mix into one, but I would say 2020 would more likely be a better year for Star Wars than 2021, because 2021 we only had Book of Boba, Bad Batch, and Visions, which was fine, but there wasn't much to really write home about on that, and didn't really feel all that great because of the pandemic and everything. So there's understandable circumstances preventing 2020 and 2021 being top notch, but 2022 could be the best year for Star Wars. But will I say this again next year in 2023? And this could be the best year for Star Wars. You never know. You absolutely never know. So tell me your thoughts in the comment section below. What is the best year in Star Wars history for you? Is it 2005? Is it 1999? Let me know in the comment section. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and hit the Tatooine show up tonight at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you all next time, and may the Force be with you always.